I wanted to talk about capos today and using a capo on acoustic guitar and electric guitar and the reasons to use a capo. Um, One of the main reasons to use a capo is playing in a key that's not real comfortable for some of the fingerings on the guitar. We just did a song the other day that was an A flat, and typically either you're going to use a lot of bar chords if you're playing an A flat without a capo, or if you do use a capo, you can use, like I've got it at the first fret right now, so you can do all your standard kind of a G-shaped chord for your one chord. Your four chord would be a C-shaped chord, which is actually D flat in this case, and then your five chord is going to be a D shape, which is going to be an E flat chord. Again, the reason to use a capo, also if you're not only in not non-comfortable keys for guitar, but if you want to just create a different sound, if you've got some different, if you've got two guitar players in a situation, like what we did, we had an acoustic guitar player and an electric guitar player. I was playing electric, and the acoustic guitar player was capoed at the first fret, and he was playing, you know, all the cowboy chords, and a lot of times you use a capo to get those open string kind of sounds that you normally wouldn't get if you were playing like bar chords. So he was at the first fret. I didn't want to have the same, I didn't want to play in the same you know, sonic space that he was, so I moved all the way up, and there's a couple of reasons for this, and I'll go through it just briefly, but I moved all the way up to the 8th fret. So when I was at the 8th fret, my one chord was a C shape kind of shape there, and then my four chord was an F shape, and then my five chord was a G shape, and then back to the one. So I know there's a lot of A flats in between, and you can kind of do them in different places, but one of the reasons why I liked having my one chord with the root on the 5th string in the C shape, or position, let's see, that's position 1, I guess you'd call it. If you think about the cage system, C-A-G-E-D, C being position 1 or the C shape. I like using either the root on the 5th string in the C shape, or the root on the 6th string in a G shape if we're doing those being our one chords, because we can play the 6th chord by just going down 3 frets and thinking of the E minor shape for a 6th chord. Or in this case, if we're here for A flat, our 6th chord is an A minor shape right there. So just something to think about in using a capo. I like thinking about where's my 6th chord if I'm using a capo, and I want to think of that as either being an E minor shape or an A minor shape, but also to get just a different timbre, different sound. If you're playing with a second guitar player and the other guitar player is playing, you know, maybe open chords down here, or they're using a capo down low, maybe the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd fret, and they're still, you know, doing the kind of cowboy chord shapes, and you want to get a different sound but still have those open string kind of sounds, go ahead and put that capo up to the, you know, 8th fret, 10th fret. It's a little bit hard once you get higher than that, but that's just something to think about in using a capo. I know a lot of people don't like using a capo on an electric guitar, and that's cool. I was kind of in that train of thought for a while, but but you can use an electric, or use a capo on an electric guitar too. So give it a shot.